safe area.
Hello and welcome to Shadow Gaming. So over the last maybe month or two, there's been a lot of discussion about the Division 1 against the Division 2. Gamey Daddy has an entire series on it that he's still working on, I believe. And I just wanted to go over some main talking points about what's better and why we are so nostalgic to it, or it was just better or better for that game entirely. For this part 1 of the discussion, I will just basically go over the main basics right here in the terminal and the dark zone. So starting off, we have survival, which is one of the main ones, and straight up PvP with last stand. I mean, you've got daily HVTs over there and weekly. You have a special equipment vendor that sells pretty much everything you need. Up until you need classified sets, but then it also lets you buy classified caches, but they're 2,500 Phoenix credits, and that's a lot. And underground, which a lot of people have wanted to be brought back for a good reason. You could get all the way to rank 40, and it was incredible. Special blueprints vendor, I mean, you can just buy the blueprints. It feels weird doing control points for a couple hundred hours. Global events, this is something that I know the Division 2 Year 2 is going to need. Something like this for sure would help revive the game more. Well, it's not dead, but it would definitely help it a lot more than whatever's going on right now. And how it picks 3 specific sets that you can pick during that global event week. Now, this is the dark zone in the Division 1. In the Division 1, the dark zone is much better, and I believe most agents, to maybe almost all agents, believe that and know that. But it's in New York. It's much bigger, which is why they created, I believe, DZ09 or 08. It was during the last 3 sections of the dark zone. They specifically created a zone with more verticality to it so that PvP encounters could be much more close instead of so open like this map right here. And all I'm going to do is run to a dark zone supply drop, and all of a sudden out of nowhere, this is just me hopping on and going into the dark zone. I go to the supply drop, and this is some crazy stuff that happens. I start getting hit from behind, and then all of a sudden there's a rogue agent. He takes me out, and I go back to get him, but when I go back, he's dead or he left, because it's actually not that easy in PvE and PvP, in the dark zone especially. In an upcoming clip, I'm going to show you me running through a challenging mode mission, and it is a lot easier than the dark zone. Maybe not a lot easier, but definitely easier. And I think that's fair that we have these classified sets to take on these very powerful enemies, especially in legendary mode, where we have to have them to even remotely stand a chance. So I don't really believe the argument that these classified gear sets with the optimization station are really that overpowered. There's a part of me that says I've spent so many thousands of hours in this game and I deserve to have a powerful set. All 12 of them. They change your play styles as well, but for the most part, they actually make you very powerful. But it is at the cost of farming for endless hours and really trying to get the perfect RNG, because you can only roll one attribute, a major or minor. So even with the optimization station and classified gear sets, you still need some good RNG to get a really good build going like this one, which is the striker set that I'm running in this entire video. Next up is I hit a few landmarks, you know, the Q building and Midtown Music and the pit. famous landmarks for, you know, the Division 1 and 2 players, especially agents from the very beginning. It is a dark zone to be remembered and loved and still used to this day for sure, as I know my way around the dark zone more so ever than in the Division 2. But this is a mix between playing it for so many more hours than the Division 2 and the fact that it's just so iconic. New York in the winter, blizzard, cold. I mean, that's one of the reasons survival looked so great. The dark zone in the Division 2, we have only 3, and for some reason they are so small. I understand that close quarters combat is fun, but it's not always fun. They should have made a way bigger dark zone for Washington, D.C. So at this part, I take on the landmark called the Pit, and if you watch the gameplay footage, this is a Division 1 and 2 veteran playing, and this is no easy task to take out the Pit. Every single enemy is an elite, just like challenging mode on the Division 1, or heroic. Not even a heroic in the Division 2. This was back when challenging and up meant all elites. There was no reds at all. Maybe a few purples.
I'm not gonna let you destroy this city!
Confirmed. Area has been secured.
Now finally, when I go to extract, I've got 8 contaminated items and I'm going to extract. This is always a tense moment, whether it's Division 1 or Division 2, but I believe it's even more tense in the Division 1. Not just because I logged in and I've only been playing it for the past month and a half now. Ever since the Division 2 was released, I haven't played it since. But overall, the enemies come to you when you shoot the flare, which you can use as cover if there's a PvP player after you. The PvP players know exactly where to go, the good hiding spots. They will jump you, hijack your shit, or you can get killed alongside the way, even by NPCs. Even with a fully min-maxed with the optimization station and skilled player like myself, wearing the striker set, with the lightweight M4, the meta assault rifle, and a showstopper shotgun, I'm still nervous a little bit to even go to the extraction site, and it's nerve-wracking a little bit the entire time I'm there until I can leave and my items have been extracted. It does not feel that way in the Division 2 at all, really.